Shalom Aleichem. As we're at Rosh Chodesh Sivan, I'd like to share with you a quick thought about probably the most monumental Rosh Chodesh of the year. As we know, the Torah tells us that one of the most incredible events ever happened on Rosh Chodesh Sivan. What event am I talking about? If we open a Chumash in Shmot Yud Tet, the pasuk tells us, "B'chodesh hashlishi latzeit b'nei Yisrael me'eretz Mitzrayim, b'yom hazeh ba'u midbar Sinai." It was the third month out of Yitzias Mitzrayim, and the Jews arrived at Har Sinai. And Chazal point out, based on the words "Bayom Hazeh," that this is the Rosh Chodesh Sivan. So Rosh Chodesh Sivan, the Jews arrive at Har Sinai, and they're ready to receive the Torah. Oh, they're almost ready. The next pasuk tells us, "Vayisu merefidim, vayavo midbar Sinai, vayachanu b'midbar, vayichan sham Yisrael neged ahar." And the Jews camped there against the mountain, across from the mountain. Rashi, in his famous comment from the Mechilta, tells us, why does the Torah use the word Vayichan as a singular word when it's talking about Am Yisrael, which is a lot of people? Rashi quotes the Mechilta. He says, "Ki ish echad b'leiv echad," that the Jewish people were camped there as one person, as one heart, one nation, unified in a beautiful form of Achdus. And they camped at Har Sinai, a beautiful form of Achdus, united to receive the Torah. So, parenthetically, the Kli Yakar asks, what's the point of this unification happening right before Matan Torah? So the Kli Yakar says a beautiful answer based on the pasuk that we say, or we sing in Yeshivat every Shabbos, Deracheha darchei noam v'chol netivoteha shalom. That the Torah, in all of its ways, kol netivoteha, is referred to as shalom, in peace. That the only way to receive the Torah is through peace. That we all feel connected, we all feel united, we all feel this bond, and there's no fighting between each other. And in that state, in that mindset, as a Jew and as a Jewish nation, we were able to receive the Torah. But we also see a beautiful idea on Achdus later on in the Torah in Parshas Re'eh. The Torah tells us, Devarim Yudalit, it says, Banim atem la'Hashem Elokichem, that we're all Hashem's children. Lo tisgodu, the pasuk continues. And the Gemara in Yevamos darshans out there, lo tisgodu, not to make ourselves in different groups, not to make ourselves in different factions. And aside from the halachic ramifications of this, which refer to having different batei dinim, pasking different ways in the same town, but we have a beautiful insight by the Nitziv on that pasuk. The Nitziv tells us, Banim atem la'Hashem Elokechem lo tisgodu, tells us a beautiful line. He says, what's the idea here? He says, Teva habanim liyot holchim b'derech achas. It is the nature of children to walk in the same way, to have the same goals, to have the same hashkaf, the same mindset. It's not something that we need to work on. It's our teva. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu is saying to us, Banim atem la'Hashem Elokechem, you're my children. We all should be united. We all need to have the same goals in mind. And even though at times we feel that the Jewish nation is so divided, there's so many different opinions, so many different groups, the fact is we're all banim and we all need to have the same goals in mind. And the Nitziv is showing us that this is not just something we really need to think about so hard, it's really in our nature, it's our genetics. And speaking of genetics, the Rambam, in a crazy halacha in Hilchos Matnos Aniyim, Perek Yod Halacha Beis, tells us that if somebody who is refusing to give tzedakah to a fellow Jew who's in need, the Rambam says the following lashon. He says, "V'chol mishu achzari ve'enu merachim," anyone who is evil and is not merachim and does not take mercy on his brother, yesh lachus liyachso, that one should be worried about his yichus, that maybe he's not really Jewish. That inherent in every Jew is this idea that my fellow Jew is my brother and I need to help him out. The Rambam then quotes our pasuk, "Shenemar bani matem la'Hashem Elokechem," and he says, "V'im lo yirachem ha'ach al ha'ach." If a brother is not going to take mercy on a brother, mi yirachem alav, who's going to take mercy? Now we have to treat all of our Jews as brothers, as family. Vayichan sham Yisrael neged ahar, that we all camp together to receive the Torah. Ki ish echad b'leiv echad. We really all have the same goals in mind. We all came from the same source. This is a mamish beautiful idea to think about as we enter the month of Sivan, the month of Kabbalas HaTorah, that at Rosh Chodesh itself is the day where Am Yisrael showed this amazing show of unity. I want to share with you a beautiful idea I heard based on, unfortunately, one of the keynotes that we say on Tisha B'Av. Hopefully we won't say it this year. There's a story in the Gemara about the son and daughter of Rabbi Yishmael HaKohen. And unfortunately, the son and daughter, Rabbi Shmuel HaKohen was a very good-looking man, and his children were also very good-looking, and they were taken captives by the Romans. The son and daughter were taken captive by different captors. As the story goes, these two captors met in the market one day, and they were bragging about the good looks and the strength of their slaves. Oh, I have a beautiful young woman slave, and the guy says, oh, I have a beautiful young man slave, and they're deciding how they can make the best profit out of this deal. So they say, look, why don't we pair them up, and they're gonna produce, and they're gonna have more slaves, and they're gonna be beautiful and strong, and we can build a slave empire here. We can make lots of money. So they throw them into a dark room with the command that they have to reproduce, and in the darkness of the night, the boy, the son of Rabbi Yishmael Cohen, says, how could I possibly be with this woman? I'm the son of the Kohen Gadol. And the woman says to herself, how can I possibly do this with someone else? I'm the daughter of a Kohen Gadol. And so they're crying all night, they're crying all night. And finally the sun comes up, and they realize who is in the room opposite them, and they embrace, and have one final embrace, and their neshamas depart. And that's how the story is told. However, I heard a beautiful pshat that really helped me understand what it means to have achdus with our fellow Jews. That really this whole story is a mashal. That a lot of times we feel like we're in the dark, and we can't see that really the person who's sitting across from us, the person we're sitting next to on the bus, who we're talking to, is really our brother and sister. That we always focus on the differences between each other. Oh, I can't go to their house because of this. Oh, I can't do this because they think like that. I can't go daven there because of that. When really, if we properly look at the situation, the light, when the sun comes up in the morning, we see that everyone around us is just our brothers or sisters. Bani matem l'Hashem Elokeichem lo tisgoredu. The message for Rosh Chodesh Sivan and for the entire month is that when we come to be mekabel the Torah, we should be together as Am Yisrael, K'ish echad b'lev echad, put our differences aside, and really come and enjoy the achdus that v'chol nativotei shalom, that all the Torah's ways are peaceful. Hi ratzon, that we should all be able to mekabel the Torah this year anew on Shavuos and Rosh Chodesh Sivan with a beautiful sense of achdus and increased ava for our fellow Jew. Chodesh Tov.